Jungkook's lasting footprint at NYFW. America keeps talking even after his return to Korea when the name Jungkook, the youngest member of the phenomenal group BTS, was announced as a special guest at New York Fashion Week. NYFW 2025, many instantly assumed his appearance would be significant. Yet the reality far surpassed expectations. His presence on the world's most prestigious fashion stage was not just a fleeting appearance, but a monumental event that left a lasting footprint on the international fashion world, especially in the United States. Even after returning to Korea, his name continues to echo in American media, among fashion enthusiasts, and across Hollywood's elite circles. This report will delve deeply into how Jungkook left such an indelible mark on America through NYFW, how the public responded to his appearance, the influence he had on the global fashion industry, and how his return to Korea only amplified the narrative of the iconic legacy he left behind in New York. 1. The anticipated arrival. From the moment BTS announced the solo schedules of its members, fans and the public kept a close eye on Jungkook's every move. Known as the Golden Maknae for his multi-talented abilities, each of his appearances is always highly anticipated. This time, however, things were different. He wasn't arriving as a singer or performer, but as a fashion icon invited to the most prestigious event in the fashion world, New York Fashion Week. When he landed at JFK Airport in New York, the scene was electric. Hundreds of fans crowded the arrivals hall, while dozens of American media outlets camped out for a glimpse. Photos of Jungkook in a casual yet sophisticated outfit immediately flooded international fashion portals. From that very arrival, it was clear that something monumental was about to unfold at this year's NYFW. 2. A historic night on the runway. When the long-awaited evening came, all eyes were on the NYFW stage. Jungkook appeared in a design by one of America's top fashion houses, previously reserved only for top models. But this time, he wasn't there as a VIP guest. He was part of the main show. The crowd roared as he stepped onto the runway. Cameras flashed nonstop, and Jungkook trended worldwide across social platforms within minutes. Fashion critics quickly heaped praise, calling his presence the perfect fusion of Asian charisma and American high fashion standards. More importantly, his walk shattered the stereotype that the pinnacle of the fashion world belonged solely to European or American models. Jungkook's moment proved that Asian artists, particularly from South Korea, can stand on equal footing and even surpass global expectations. 3. American media resonates. In the aftermath of Jungkook's runway debut, major U.S. outlets like Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, GQ, and the New York Times published extensive features on him. They highlighted not only his style, but also the way his presence introduced an entirely new dimension to NYFW. New York Fashion Week will never be the same after Jungkook of BTS took the stage, wrote Vogue. Meanwhile, GQ described him as a game-changer in modern fashion. According to their editors, Jungkook bridged the gap between younger generations and high fashion through authenticity and confidence. Television talk shows joined in too. Popular programs debated his impact, with several hosts noting that Jungkook had opened a new chapter in the relationship between K-pop and the fashion world. 4. Hollywood's fascination. It wasn't just the media. Hollywood celebrities also noticed. Several A-listers present at NYFW were visibly captivated by Jungkook's appearance. Some even lined up to take photos with him, later posting the moments to their social media. One renowned American actress captioned her post, "Meeting Jungkook at NYFW was the biggest highlight of my year. He's not just a K-pop star, he's a true global icon whose charisma is undeniable." The post instantly went viral, showing just how powerful his presence was, even among stars who are themselves accustomed to global attention. 5. Global fan response. Of course, ARMY, BTS's fandom, gave full support. Hashtags like #JungkookNYFW, #King of Fashion, and #Golden Maknae dominates NFW shot to the top of global Twitter, X, trends. Short runway clips gained millions of views within hours, yet perhaps more striking was the reaction from non-fans. Many American fashion lovers admitted they had only really discovered Jungkook through NYFW, and were deeply impressed by his natural yet commanding aura. In U.S. fashion forums, his name began appearing alongside those of top models and fashion icons. This demonstrated that his impact had moved far beyond the K-pop fandom, resonating with a broader audience. 6. Impact on the American fashion industry. Jungkook's presence at NYFW wasn't just a momentary spectacle. It had tangible effects on the American fashion industry. Several fashion houses reported a surge of interest from Asian consumers after his appearance. One designer remarked, "Jungkook isn't just a guest model. He's a bridge connecting the Asian market with American fashion." After his show, we saw a significant spike in interest from international customers, especially in Korea and Southeast Asia. Industry analysts agreed, predicting that future collaborations between U.S. fashion brands and Asian artists, especially from K-pop, would expand further thanks to Jungkook. He is seen as a pioneer who proved the perfect synergy between music culture and global fashion. 7. Returning to Korea after wrapping up his U.S. schedule, Jungkook returned to Korea. Yet his departure did little to cool the spotlight. If anything, it intensified it. Thousands of fans packed Seoul's airport to welcome him home. Korean media splashed headlines about his return, while U.S. outlets continued publishing follow-ups on the legacy he left at NYFW. Even though he was physically back in Seoul, his aura lingered in America. Articles about him topped fashion sites. Replay streams of NYFW featuring Jungkook climbed in viewership across multiple platforms. 8. America can't move on. What's most fascinating is how America hasn't been able to move on. Despite Jungkook's return to Korea, discussions about him remain widespread. Many fashion critics declared NYFW 2025 would forever be remembered as the year of Jungkook. American fashion influencers released entire videos analyzing his look, from his walk to his expressions to the fine details of his outfit. They credited him with setting a new standard in the global fashion industry. Even after he's back in Korea, we're still talking about Jungkook. That's the clearest proof he wasn't just a guest. He was a phenomenon. One prominent U.S. fashion blogger wrote, 9. A long-term legacy. Jungkook's NYFW footprint is expected to leave lasting effects, not just for him, but for global fashion and Asian artists at large. First, he opened the door wider for cross-cultural collaborations. Second, he proved that Asian stars can deliver massive commercial impact in the American fashion market. Third, he reinforced BTS's role not just as a music powerhouse, but as cultural ambassadors shaping global trends. His success at NYFW is predicted to inspire countless young Asian artists to pursue the global fashion stage with confidence. 10. Conclusion. An eternal memory. Jungkook's monumental impact on America through New York Fashion Week 2025 proves he is far more than a singer. He is a global icon with influence spanning industries. His presence reshaped how the world views the intersection of music, culture, and fashion. Even after his return to Korea, his name continues to resonate across America. Media, celebrities, fashion enthusiasts, and fans alike remain caught up in the afterglow. This demonstrates that the legacy he left is not just a passing moment, but an enduring memory carved into NYFW history and international fashion. And perhaps in the years to come, when people look back on NYFW 2025, they won't only remember the collections showcased. They'll also remember the singular name that captured the world's attention, Jungkook of BTS.